What's up, everybody? I am back with another episode of Uber Chronicles, the series where I drive Uber and use the money to buy Bitcoin. Today is Thursday, October 30th, and the current Bitcoin price is $106,900. We are currently in the midst of a Bitcoin dip once again, and in my mind, there's no better time to go earn a little extra money and stack a few extra sats. Am I right? But before we do that, I have some changes coming to the Uber Chronicles series, and I want you guys to weigh in on them. So, as you know, I've been driving Uber, and I've recently signed up for Lyft because they offer promotions, they pay a little bit differently. They sometimes give bonuses that make it more worthwhile to drive Lyft instead of Uber. And so, since I am no longer going to be strictly driving Uber, I feel like the name Uber Chronicles is going to be outdated. And I also am going to be creating more long form content where I talk to my passengers and ask them about Bitcoin. And I feel like the series needs a new name. So, one that I like is the Orange Cab Chronicles, or the Orange Cab Confessions, or Proof of Ride. I don't know. I'm playing around with some. So, if you guys have any ideas or you like one of those, let me know in the comments. Thanks. All right, first ride is complete. It was a 17-minute ride, and the fare was $19. I started talking to this lady, and I asked her about Bitcoin and if she ever heard of it. And she said that her husband was really, really big into Bitcoin several years ago and had several coins and ended up selling them and was telling me how they would be in a completely different financial position right now if he would have held them. And I think that that is a message that everybody needs to hear. Don't sell your Bitcoin. Second ride, I showed up to the person's house, and whenever you pull up to pick up a rider, they give the rider 2 minutes to come out to the car, and then after the 2 minutes is up, they start charging them for any time that they make you sit after that. And once you get to 5 minutes, you are allowed to cancel the ride as the driver without being penalized, and you still get paid. So I waited the initial 2 minutes. Some lady walked out, looked at my car, gave me a hand signal, walked back inside. Nobody ever came out. They didn't cancel it. And after the 5 minutes was up, I canceled it. And I made $4.47. All right, the third ride is complete. It was a 39-minute ride, and the fare was $32. Uber just rolled out this new feature called Uber Teen, which allows you to sign up to drive teenagers that are between the age of 13 and 17. I did not sign up to do that, but evidently if you meet the requirements as a driver and you're the closest one, they have you do it anyway. So I picked up a teenager going to her dance studio, and she slept in the back seat the entire time. Fourth ride is complete. It was a 15-minute ride. The fare was $9, and he tipped me $5, so it was $14 and some change. Fifth and final ride of the evening is complete. It was a 20-minute ride. The fare was $15, and he tipped me $5. He was another one that we just got to talking about what he does for work and inflation and how everything is so expensive these days and how different things cost now than when we got out of high school and when we got out of college. And so, of course, I brought up Bitcoin, and come to find out, he's an altcoiner and he's big into Doge. So there's that. So, as it turns out, there is a lot of money to be made driving Uber if you are selective about your rides. I drove for 2 hours and 39 minutes, and I made $91.30. Crazy. Can't believe it. I'll post my earnings right there on the screen. I'll also calculate my mileage and my gas costs, and I'll post that on the screen. And of course, I'll smash buy Bitcoin, and I'll post that on the screen. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon.